Hello there, Dental Nachos. Terry here for another wonderful Tuesday where we always at 2 o'clock Eastern Time have Talking Tech Tips with Terry Tuesday at 2. Glad to have you with me today. And boy, I am excited today about what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about some information that can really profoundly affect you in a positive way in your communication. It's something that I've seen a lot of technology, and this one is one that really has impressed me to a great extent. It's something that we are always looking to do here at Dental Nachos to help you and look for technology not only that gets the geek in us excited. I'm definitely a geek, a nerd, I love that stuff, but something that's really practical, something that's going to help you to get ahead. And it's a little tool that's really taken the industry by storm, what's available. And I like the way that Paul Goodman, our leader here, who we affectionately call Dr. Nachos, talks about looking at technology for practical reasons. He's using it extensively, and frankly, I've learned a lot from him on how he keeps pushing himself to do even more, and I think it's a model for all of us to keep learning more. But this technology I'm talking about is with AI. Artificial intelligence. And it has to do with communication in a really beautiful way, a way that says, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at what's going on. And the AI used with video is amazing, where they can take a human sounding voice and take a model, an AI, an avatar that really looks good. It's kind of like they call it a humanator, and I think that it's amazing when you see instead of an aviator or an aviator, what you're looking at is a robot that is using the voice and doing a whole lot more. And so what I want to do is I want to show you some examples of it. And to start with, look at the promo that I did for today's show. I built this morning, put in the text, and did it. Now, I want you to take a look at it, and I know initially, sometimes, those of you like me, might be, I'm a journalist. We are taught in journalism school to sit back, cross our arms, and go, yeah, right, sure. And by the way, you need that in journalism, maybe we need a little bit more of that today, I think. But to sit back and go, yeah, I'm going to be a little bit skeptical. Healthy skepticism is good. But what we've got to do is take a look at it. So I want you to see this video. We've done it here, and we're going to talk about it as we go and be able to see some of the pros and cons. Think about a way that you could create a message that goes out where you don't have to have your face on the computer, on the screen. Matter of fact, I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, I just don't want to be on camera. And I respect that. I honor that. And if someone says, no, I don't want to be there, that's good. Sometimes they're okay with their voice being on. Well, you can do that as well. And there's also a way sometimes that you can use your words, but you let someone else say your words exactly as you want them to be said. And what if you could do it in another language? Ooh, think about that. For dentists who are out there serving a community where you have a lot of people in that speak different languages, that could be important. Hey, I'm right here in Orlando. In Orlando, we have a very large Spanish-speaking population. Matter of fact, over in Kissimmee, just a little suburb of Orlando, we have the second largest Puerto Rican population in the world, right after San Juan, Puerto Rico. And there's a lot of people here that speak Spanish. And in addition to that, we have a lot of people who speak Portuguese. That's right, Portuguese from Brazil. A lot of folks come up. I know on the stores that I walk to, like where I got my phone a few months ago, and I go into the store and they were I love talking with the people there that work in those wonderful places, and they're saying how they really need to speak Portuguese as well as Spanish because the people coming by and doing business with them are that way. Well, think about it, what you can do. As a dentisting human, as Paul Goodman would say, a dentisting human, you're bumping into people all the time that speak different languages. Well, you can do these videos in another language. Now, this one right here is in English. I want you to see this and look at what is available. Just kind of step back, put the critical mindset just aside for a moment, and watch what is available in today's market.
Hello, Dental Nachos. It is time for another Talking Tech Tips with Terry, Tuesday at 2, and that is coming today. Hi, I'm Jacob, and Terry wanted me to invite you to join him today to learn how you can take your dental practice and other work to a new level. Today you get to see the power of AI and use...
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there for just a moment. Think about this and what's available with that. I've got a character that I put in. They call him Jacob, a fine-looking young man, and Jacob is there speaking with a nice British accent, and so we can put that in there, and I have him over there. But notice something really amazing, his lips, his mouth, and how they're moving and how they form to the words. Pay attention to that and look at
animation to reach more. This is something you need to know about in this breakthrough, new opportunity for your work in the world of dentisting. That's today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the Dental Nachos Facebook group. We look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, and you get the idea that there's a lot of potential there. And by the way, I wanted to show you something also in the program that I'm working with here. They brought up this today a few times because they just launched the program a few days ago, and it's a first breakthrough idea. And I love their honesty. They said, hey, quick heads up, video might take a bit longer than usual to render. Bear with us. We have constantly been working on to make it faster under the pressure. We appreciate your patience and understanding. I love that. What they did is they said, okay, we got a little challenge here with this. We got something going on, and we want to make sure that you understand what we're doing and how that's going to affect you. And I think that's good. It's showing that there's a lot of people that are starting to use that right now. Well, if you're doing anything like that, or you're thinking, hey, this is something that could be open to it, we think we'd like to use this, we would want to check on it, well, then by all means, leave us a message there. And I think as you're doing this, we want to go the quote from Paul Goodman, who said, I really like this: test, don't guess. Test, don't guess. Instead of going out and trying, well, we'll see if it works, we'll see what happens, you test it. And that's what they're doing here with these programs. They're testing it, getting it out there. And I think that we're in the early stages of it, but just as it is right now, it looks pretty nice. And I think if you look at it saying, well, it's got to be exactly like a human being and the way a human sounds, and we want all the movements and everything correct, well, you're going to miss it. It's not there yet. It's kind of like the early days, just to roll it back maybe 5-10 years ago with dictation. It was not good at all. Maybe you'd get 70-80% dictation. Well, today it's a whole lot better. Still not perfect, but then I've heard a lot of humans speak, and their speech is not perfect either. So we keep testing, we keep working on it, keep seeing what we can do and how we can make things a little bit better all the time and working with it. But you can see there's a lot of capabilities that you have with this. I want you to see another example of how this can be put together. I'm doing this, and don't tell anybody right now, okay? But this is for a group that I work with my partner, Gina Carr. And we have called Video Rock Stars. And I do a good segment there where it's talking about tantalizing tech tips with Terry. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it's similar to that. I'm doing this. But I put together a special video for tomorrow. And this is for the folks over there. So shh, don't tell anybody. But this is what's coming.
Hi there, Video Rock Stars. Hi, I'm Emma, a new humatar, a human-like avatar.
A humatar. Isn't that cool? I like that. Humatar. A human avatar.
Today we are experiencing a new breakthrough in artificial intelligence, AI, that can help you in your marketing and building your business. Sometimes you could use another person to speak your message. Well, in the past it would cost huge amounts of money to hire a video talent professional. Often you'd have to pay royalties on top of the fee.
Again, notice the lips. Notice the voice and how it's coming through.
Then if you need something else, you start all over again. Now, you can use a humatar, a human-like avatar. Notice the voice and the lip movement. It's not perfect yet, we still have a ways to go, but this has some enormous opportunities for using different voices and reaching new audiences. This is something you want to be aware of what is happening and keep an eye on it. It has a lot of capabilities.
Yes, it does. And I think there's a lot of potential with that and what we can do with it. And I want you to start thinking about, okay, this is the technology that's there. How can we use that? How can we use that to serve those wonderful people who are helping us, those kind of people that are there? And if you see some options for that, I'd love to hear from you. If you're watching this live, whatever platform you're on, we're on several different platforms because we're using Restream. They give us the ability to get out to up to 30 different platforms. Let us know your comments there. Just leave a comment and we'll take a peek at that and see what's available if you have it. And if you're catching this on the recorded version, by all means, leave a comment because we monitor these closely and we'll come back and we'll be able to respond, particularly within 24 to 48 hours after we do this. So let us know what you think of this, and I'd love to hear from you on how you would see this working out. I think it's got some real potential when you think about serving your community, wherever that might be, and knowing that you've got a variety of different characters you can use. They give, I forget how many, there was, I think about 10 or 20 different characters of women and men that you can use. Matter of fact, I want you to notice what I'm doing here. I just played that video for you that we're sending out, and I'm going to use the same text, but a different person, different voice, and different background. Take a look at this.
Hi there, Video Rock Stars. I'm a new humatar, a human-like avatar. Today we are experiencing a new breakthrough in artificial intelligence, AI, that can help you in your marketing and building your business. Sometimes you could use another person to speak your message. Well, in the past it would cost huge amounts of money to hire a video talent professional.
So notice what's happening here. Same words, exactly the same word, just do a copy and paste on that one, but different format, different person. You see an Asian male versus we had more of a Caucasian female before. A little bit different accent too. She was Australian accent. He's got kind of a British accent. And they're very similar, by the way. But I've got some real nice contrast there. But the possibilities are enormous.
Often you'd have to pay royalties on top of the fee. Then if you need something else, you start all over again. Now, you can use a humatar, a human-like avatar. Notice the voice and the lip movement. It's not perfect yet, we still have a ways to go. But this has some enormous opportunities for using different voices and reaching new audiences.
Now, one thing that I would suggest, and I'm thinking for their development and why some you might want to wait a little bit if you're getting into it to think, okay, it's like a real human. No, it's not. I would like a little bit more movement in our body. When we're talking, we're also moving our body a little bit more. I like the fact that they've got the lips moving. That's good. That took a lot of work with artificial intelligence. And they're really pushing it for where we are right now in 2021 as we're recording this. But I think the potential is enormous. And that's really where we're going and what's going to be going on.
This is something you want to be aware of what is happening and keep an eye on it. It has a lot of capabilities.
Okay, so there's some real good things there. And I think, well, let's go back to dentist offices and how dentist offices could use this. Here in Orlando, I'm going to encourage my dentist, who's a marvelous lady. I love her, and she does a great job. My hygienist is just fabulous. Great office there, and what they do to help us. But right here in this area where I happen to live in Orlando, a lot of people speaking Portuguese, a lot of people speaking Spanish. Well, they could put out a message in those languages, get the languages, and then customize it accordingly. There's an extension I'm not using right now, but I want to get it that works with this. But I'm showing you exactly what I got like a day, 2 days after I've already got it. I got this Sunday night. And I put it out there and I think, okay, this has got some real capabilities. And start thinking about how you can use that and knowing this is going to become a commonplace. And what you'll want to do, first of all, I would suggest right now, it's not perfect yet. I've had some people and some friends of mine who speak Spanish, live in Mexico, and they're Mexicans. And I've done a little bit with some Spanish that I've seen with other tools. And I send it to them and they go, well, that's okay, Terry, but no, it's not exactly right. And so you need that person who's a native speaker or speaks the language fluently that can listen to it and think, we ought to change that a little bit, or maybe that word was translated not quite the right way. We understand what you're saying, but it's not exactly what we would say. And that also would relate to if you're doing something in, countries where they speak a different language than we do in the U.S., kind of like England. Yeah, so I think it was George Bernard Shaw who said that the British and the Americans are two peoples separated by a common language. And I'd say, yeah, that would be correct. They speak it differently. They use not elevator, they call it a lift. They call it lorries instead of trucks, things like that. Well, it's just the way it is. So if you were doing something to really appeal to the British market, you probably wouldn't say truck or elevator. You would use the words they use. So you want a human being to do that. And I think, hey, this is why God invented Upwork. Yeah, you can go Upwork or Fiverr, places like that. You can hire someone who's a native speaker, and for very little money, just say, please listen to this. Get someone, here's a suggestion, someone who might be a recent English language graduate or someone who graduated in Spanish language. That would be real good. Someone who knows the Spanish language, say if we were using that for Mexico, and they would be able to listen to it and go, I would like to change it differently here. And then you can go back and change the text. That's the beauty of having this as a software. You can go in there, change the words to whatever you want. Oh, and by the way, I did a little research on this, and yes, it will put forth some of those, shall we say, more colorful military expressions as well. So if you have an audience where you want to appeal that way, that's good. You wouldn't do that in many places, and there's some places where you just say, not appropriate, but other places it might be. That is available. I haven't tried all, but I've found a few colorful military phrases that are available there. So these are available right now, and some good things are available with it. So I would encourage you to take a look at this.
Hey, on
see
behalf
what's
of
available.
Oliver.
Hit the button a little too soon. I want you to watch this again. This is one that came from the company itself. From Synthesis is the name of the company, and I got this through a person named Paul Ponna, P-O-N-N-A. Paul Ponna is a marketer who talks about it and adds a lot of different value with it as well, a lot of really good value. when you buy it through him, you get these extra bonuses and those kind of things. But watch this video. This is one that was customized and done not by me, but by the company themselves. I think this is one that could be more of a model. It's what I'm aiming for, to see what you can do with this kind of video.
Hey, on behalf of Oliver and the Synthesis team are so excited that you are on.
Now, hold on. That's important. Oliver is one of the leaders on there. I think he's a founder. And the person saying this, the avatar, the humanator here on this, was saying it as a liver, as if it were a liver. Hey, I recommend everyone have a liver, okay? I got one, and I'd like to take care of that. But notice it's not perfect, but again, really nice. Listen to the rest of this and what they say. I love the way this is done.
Board. We're working hard over here to build a fantastic product that delivers on our promise of helping you build trust with your audience and drive.
By the way, I just noticed something there. There was a little bit of movement of the body. Did you see that? Just a little bit. I like that. That's natural.
Higher conversions. One thing that is certain with this software is that you will save time, save you money, and obtain complete control over your spokesperson videos and create next-level consumer engagement and customer acquisition.
That's powerful. What that little robot just said there, the AI said, you're going to be able to do this over and over versus what we had to do before when you had someone speaking for you, pay a high fee, and once it's done, it's done. You can't go back and say, oh, I wish he would have said it this way. I wish he would have said that. Now you can make that happen with the software.
Synthesis Human Edition is built to connect your business with your customers or prospects in a more personal way. Talking head videos, fast voiceover process, fast corrections, re-edits, and multilingual videos that couldn't be done before can give you a massive advantage to your business. With Synthesis Studio, you can engage your customers to any level of your business. From customer acquisition to maintain relationships with personal video messages and encapsulate any message, having an ongoing conversation with them during this customer journey. We in Synthesis are here to help you with every step. For even if you want to create abandoned shopping carts videos, thank you for purchasing videos, training videos for your customers or corporate videos for your employees, sign up videos, or use this as a service and create videos for clients. The possibilities are endless. Now some basic information that I would like to share with you. You can find bonuses, upgrade links, and the registration link for the Synthesis Customers Training Masterclass on 1st of June on the welcome page of Synthesis right after you have logged in. From Oliver and his team, we hope the best. You can always reach the support area for any question.
So amazing things that can be done there. And that's what we want to do for you here at Dental Nachos, to let you see these types of developments are there. This is important. I have to agree with Vladimir Putin on this particular statement that he made when he said, AI is really the future, and the one who controls AI will rule the world. AI is being used now to connect with people. This is where we are. It's not perfect, but it's really nice and some good things happening with that there, and I would encourage you to take a look at it and see what's available. And Bob Pick says, cool, thank you, Bob, we appreciate that. Yeah, pretty nice stuff, and the kind of ways that we can use this in training, in teaching, and communicating with people. It's really as Bob Pick would say, a purple cow wow, and I think that's important. That purple cow wow, really, really important and very good. And as you say, I always listen to Terry. Well, you're very kind, Bob. I appreciate that. And thank you. Good to have you here with us today. So think about what we can do for you here at Dental Nachos. We are here to help you in many different ways. As a matter of fact, we've got the Supreme, which is really nice. Matter of fact, you can find out about that. I want you to text Supreme to 215-543-6454. If you text that, then you're going to find out about how you can tap into some of the tools and some of the benefits that are here for you at Dental Nachos, with some courses coming up and some amazing features that are coming up in the future really, really soon. We're going to see that and find out about it. So be sure and text that. Stay in touch with what's available on this. And again, another thing I mentioned before, a really good tool that we like is what's available with Restream. I'm using Restream right now here personally on this to send out my message to up to 30 different platforms all at the same time, with some amazing technologies for sending out your message and getting it there. They've got a free version, and if you use that bit.ly link there, bit.ly/Restream for you. Notice the number 4. I'll move it over here. 4 for you. You're going to get a $10 credit. That's my affiliate link. So that will let them know, hey, people are watching this and enjoying it, and a lot of good coming from that. So Restream.io is where I'd recommend you bounce over there, take take a peek at it and use the bit.ly Restream for you, and you'll be able to get a lot more done that way. So this is where we are with today's technology. A lot of good going on, a lot of good with the artificial intelligence. If you say, gee, I'm kind of ashamed of being on the camera, I don't want to do that, etc., what you want to do is you want to check back and see the kinds of things that are available that you can do with what's available with AI. A lot of things are coming out with that in a really big way, and I think it's pretty amazing when we look at the kinds of technology that we have there. That's why I wanted to cover it today here on this, to let you see the tools that are available, how these work, and what you can do with them in several different ways. And we got another comment here. Let's see, from Bob. Yeah, huge purple cow. Wow, you betcha, Bob. I like that. By the way, I'm going to mention here, since Bob is not talking today, this is from Seth Godin's book, Purple Cow. The idea is you see lots of cows, you go, okay, another cow. You see a purple cow, whoa, that's something unusual. And really, that's what you want to do. And this AI helps you to affect people in a very profound way, positively. I see it as a way that I can send out some fun, cheeky videos that'll be to a friend or a colleague or someone I want to impress, and have someone else talking about what's going on in their life. Think about the creativity and what you can get on that in many different ways that are there. And when you say check out Sophia, so we have a Sophia there. We've got this, that's a kind of a complicated little link there, Bob, but we've got that. I think we can do that with YouTube. But those of you that are seeing this, get a screenshot of that and type that in. I'm going to leave that up here on the screen so you can pick out Sophia, which I would imagine is also AI. So I'm going to have to do that myself as well and take a look at what's available there. So lots of good coming from this and lots of good that is out there for it. I would encourage each of you to think about AI. It is not going away. Hey, I'm the guy that said way back in the late 70s and early 80s, hey, this microcomputer stuff, it's going somewhere. That's when people would sit back and poo-poo it and say, no, it's just not a real computer. Well, we saw where it was going. I also saw social media coming along in the early or late, mid to late 2000s, and what was happening there, and said, yeah, this is going to be hot. AI, that's where you want to pay attention right now, particularly when you can use video and AI. Now, by the way, there's some complications on this too that I want to mention before we let you go. You can take video, you can take your own voice and put it in there. You read some words, and now the technology is there such that we can take your voice, put in different words, and it will use your words and the inflections and the sound of your voice the way that you would use it, which is why on this program here, the synthesis program that I'm using, you have to click each time you create a video and say that you will not use it for illegal purposes or to deceive or for false information or something like that. Because what could be done, I could get the video of you. I could get your voice and have your voice say words that you wouldn't want said. And so this is where we are. It's one of those things that technology's out there. Hey, it's already out there. What we've got to do is not say, oh, well, it shouldn't happen. That's kind of like saying, well, people can die in car accidents, so nobody should drive a car. No, that's not the approach we have to take. We recognize that it's there. We built in the systems to make it work, and we can do it. So there's a lot going on with AI, with the video that's available with it. And I encourage you to step back and start thinking about, is this something for me? For me, I went out and bought the package. It was under $50, and I got a little package. I'm using it. I'm playing around with it. I'm experimenting. Hey, that's what I do. I want to test these things and see what it's like, see how it works, and see what can be done and what is available with that. And I think that there's some real possibilities with it. I'm Terry Brock for Dental Nachos. We appreciate you joining us today, and I'll look